Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in today. I thought I would do a quick update on the shop and give you an idea of where I'm at. It's been a while since I've done a shop update. It is December 24th, so Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. I'm not sure I'll get another video out before then, but I hope everyone's doing well. It's a kind of a rainy, cloudy day here in Tucson, so kind of gets us in the Christmas spirit. We don't get this all that often, so kind of exciting. But if you're new to the channel and you haven't watched any of the building update videos, you can find a link at the top here. Or if you are a subscriber and you just haven't followed them and you want to, check out the playlist. A quick recap, I'm out here in my steel building that was finished probably about 2.5, 3 months ago, I'm guessing. I didn't look at the date. But it's taken me a while to get to this place to where I finally got the electric going. And actually today I'm supposed to have my first inspection, which I'm very excited about. Once that's done, I can kind of tidy everything up, drywall, and have my final. But this is a 24 by 40 building, and the front part is going to be a garage, and then the back side here, for those of you who don't know, it's going to be a wood shop. So I've started purchasing some equipment. I got my table saw, my joiner, my planer. I've already had a miter saw, and I've got a few other things I need to buy, dust collection, etc. And that's kind of just going to come down the road. It's expensive to buy all this stuff and get it going, but and then down the road too, I'm going to put a lift on the other side, so I'm excited about that. But I thought it'd be fun just to walk you around the building, show you the sub panel, show you the trench and all that stuff, kind of where we're at from the last time I did an update. But the reason it took so long for me to get to this point was my neighbor has a friend who is an electrician but also works at Pima County Developmental Services, and that's the place where you do permits. So I've not done the permitting process before, so it was really cool to finally hook up with this guy. And he was also nice enough to where he would basically taught me some things and got me going, because I wanted to do as much of this project myself as possible, so I could learn and then also save some money, obviously. But he's been really awesome. I mean, he did my electrical calculation, helped me with my drawing, submitted the permit for me, got me started on the electrical in here, how to lay it out, what wire size to use, and got my sub panel going, and then connected me. It's not quite connected yet, but got all the wires run to the main panel. So that's all stuff that I didn't really want to mess with and I don't know, but he's been willing to give me my expertise and only charge me for when he's here. So it's worked out really, really great for me. It's been a good learning experience, and we'll see how the inspection goes. Hopefully I did everything appropriately. But there comes the rain. So let me show you around real quick. And as always, if you all have any questions, comments, you can leave those below, or you can email me. Otherwise, have a great Christmas, good holiday season, Happy New Year, be safe, don't get crazy out there. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers. All right, so forgive the mess in here because it's still a work in progress, but I'll go over here and I'll show you the panel and kind of show you some other things. All right, so this is the sub panel, and it's a 100 amp sub panel, and my house is a 200 amp service, so this was no big deal. But you can see the wires coming in from the top up here. And basically I've got pretty much all 20 amp breakers except for the lights, they're 15s. And I put one 30 amp breaker in for when I do possibly AC down the road. I knew I needed that. But as far as the outlets go, they are pretty much a majority of them 110s. And then I did put in, I believe it was 4 220 outlets, which over here I'm hoping to put a big compressor for air tools for not only the shop side but also for the wood shop. And so these two here are 220s and they're connected, and then over here is my 220 for my table saw, and that's on its own circuit, a couple of 110s, and I also put another 220 over here for my joiner. Currently it is not set up for 220, but it can easily be changed, and it'd just be nice to have that extra power. As far as lighting goes, I talked a little bit about that in my last video. I've got 6 LEDs over here that are 4,000 lumens a piece, and I've got boxes up in the ceiling, and so those will plug in up there. Those were the biggest ones, pain in the butt, to trim out just because your head's like jammed up against the ceiling and everything. And again, if you're new and you didn't watch any other videos, right in this area here, there's going to be a big sliding door or 2 sliding doors to keep the dust from getting into the garage. Another shot of the lights. And then you can see the box up there. And then I also put a box in for if I do a garage door. The likelihood of me doing a garage door opener on that side is pretty unlikely, but I put the box up there just in case. And then light switch. I'll be able to control the lights on this side and the other side from here, as well as an outside light. And then there's going to be 2 lights in front and then 2 lights in the back of the building. And most likely I'll have those on, the ones in the front or the side will be on some kind of motion sensor. And I'm going to show you the trench and the panel here, even though it's raining. Kind of peek out the building here. But I was fortunate because my main service is here, so I didn't have to dig a very big trench. It wasn't too bad. Just had to avoid a few little things here. So, and here's where it goes up into the house. Let me show you the lighting up here. So you can see I got the 2 boxes up top for the lights, which would be nice. And there will be a garage door here because we will be parking in the front. And you can see this takes you down to the side door, which is the only walk door in the place. And there's some lighting up here as well. One of the other things I've done is we did put gutters along this building here, because this area, as you can imagine, the water coming off the building and then on the house in the front there, it just gets really wet in here. So they are working well. Otherwise, here's my new table saw, which I am super psyched about using. The little planer over there, and then I got a Powermatic joiner, which is amazing. If you've ever used a joiner and you know anything about woodworking, and if you've used a regular joiner, they normally have 3 knives, but this thing has a helical head on it, which are these little cutters here. This thing is so quiet, you really don't even need ear protection, and they cut just absolutely beautifully. So it's kind of totally geeking out on that. I'm super stoked. I guess that's about it. That was a quick tour of the shop and the update on the electrical. Again, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those below, and happy to help you out if I can. And I talked about this in my giveaway video just a little bit ago, but I finally got my LP Adventure kit. And if you've been following the channel for any length of time, you know I've been talking about possibly doing on a lift on my Crosstrek. I'd say 6 months after I bought the car, so over a year and a half. They had a 25% off Black Friday sale, so it was the best deal I figured I was going to get on it, and I'm excited to get this installed. So hopefully the next couple of weeks I'll be sharing that video with you and giving you my impressions of how the lift kit is doing. My main thing is, as you guys all know who've been watching, you know that I lost about 1.5 inches of ground clearance under the skid plate after installing that. The springs helped a little bit, but in the front, not as much as I was hoping. So this is going to get me back up over the 8.7 inches of ground clearance that I had stock, and still have the protection of the LP front bar and skid plate. So, all right, all. Thank you so much for all your support this year of the channel. I mean, I can't even fathom the fact that you guys are so awesome, and it's been amazing meeting you guys, some of you guys, and interacting with you in email and in the comments. I'm really, honestly, I've made some good friends out of this whole thing. So YouTube has given back to me more than I could possibly imagine. So I'm hoping that I can continue to provide some interesting videos as 2020 comes our way. It's hard to believe it's 2020, but Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you soon.